heard different reports. It's the strongest. It's the third strongest. However you look at it, it is indeed a Category 5, and that's pretty intense. Now we've seen a few reports and footage from.
Hi everybody, thanks a lot for tuning in to watch right now. I'm doing a test and I'm hoping that the audio is coming out okay. You're hearing some background voice. We're going to go to that in just a moment. I say a test, it's really not so much as a test as it is an attempt here with hopes, fingers crossed, that the technical end of this is working okay, because I've only done one live stream in the past on YouTube, just recently as a matter of fact. And so what I want to do is share Periscope coverage of what's going on with Hurricane Patricia or Hurricane Patricia. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen and I'll bring up some volume. This is an excellent Periscope. I think her name is Cheryl Woodcock out of Guadalajara, I believe it is, Mexico. So let's go there right now.
I'm understanding that the traffic was horrific trying to get to Guadalajara.
I'll bring the volume up.
And so we are definitely concerned about our friends. We're concerned about our friends in Sayulita, a very small bohemian town, where once again their homes in these small fishing village towns, these small surfing village towns along the coastline have thatched roofs and palapa roofs, and they don't have the very strong concrete homes that they have in town. So we did hear that rain was extreme in Yulapa, which is about 300 miles south of Puerto Vallarta. So we're just sending our love, and that's all we have for now. As you can see, the wind is indeed picking up, and I'm certainly hoping that this is the worst that's going to happen. But one thing I can tell you, that I just received a text from a friend of mine saying that they're actually going to cut the power at 4 a.m. here in Vallarta. Now for me that's a devastating thing, because it is so super hot. We're in the tropics, and even with this the rains, it is still indeed very, very hot. So that is something that we're concerned about. But apparently they're going to cut the electricity at 4 a.m. in Vallarta as precaution. So anyhow, sending you guys lots of love. That's all I have as far as updates right now. And wishing everybody the best. Okay, over and out. It's Cheryl Woodcock. Ciao, ciao. More later.
All right, so that was Cheryl Woodcock, and she's in Guadalajara. She's, I think, originally from Southern California, and she's been doing some really compelling Periscope coverage. She just joined Periscope this evening, she said, and she was sharing that her family has moved from the town on the coast. I believe she said she's near a marina, and they've moved to Guadalajara. Everybody was evacuated in the smaller town where she lives, or is currently living at the moment with her family. She said that her family has surfboards and life jackets and even skateboard helmets for the kids in the event that, God forbid, as she put it, that there are flood waters and the waters take over and they have to swim it for it, so to speak. I'm kind of new at YouTube live streaming, so I'm sharing my desktop view at the moment. Let me bring it back to the webcam. And here I am. And bring it back over here. And I can see there's a slight delay. All right, so we'll go to more Periscope coverage in just a moment, and I will check over here to see if anybody is watching at this moment. And I can't tell if these are old comments from a past stream in the comment section on YouTube the other night when I did my initial one, or if there's something new here, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think this was when we were wrapping up. How will I know when you are live again? That was Michael Chandler the other day when we went live here, when I went live for the first time. So what I'm about to do now is, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find some more coverage on Periscope from Mexico, from these folks who are on the front lines of this storm. Not necessarily reporters. In fact, almost, if not always, these folks are just everyday folks who have this powerful app in their hand on their smartphone or tablet, and they're sharing with the world. So I'm just going to prepare. Let's see if what I can do is find first another Periscope cover broadcast. So if you're not familiar with Periscope, and I think you'll be seeing this shortly, we can go to the map view. There we go. Go to our monitor. Oops. Okay, and once we're in map view, we can go into, we can zoom in, pinch and zoom towards Mexico City. And then we can, let's take a look at this area right here. This person has 230 viewers right now, so let's see what they have going on. This is Luis Fenton in the Guadalajara area. Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Pues está lloviendo, pero no está tan fuerte como decían en las noticias. Dicen que va a llegar más tarde que a Guadalajara. Y no soy mudo. Pues esa palmera está grande y no hace tanto aire, o sea, no está tan fuerte. La lluvia tampoco no está tan fuerte. Es como por el metropolitano.
For those of you joining, thanks. It looks like we just had some people come on board. We have 4 people. So what I'm doing is I'm sharing on my iPad live coverage from Periscope. I'm going from Periscope to Periscope in the Mexico area where the Hurricane Patricia, is hitting that area tonight. Hey, Big Boy Productions. I'm trying to remember who you are because I know you by a different name on Twitter, but thank you for watching. And I'm at 65. Thanks a lot. So I just joined this scope. It's got, as you can see, 411, 412 viewers right now. Cheryl Woodcock is someone I've been following tonight. She's brand new to Periscope this evening. She's doing a fantastic job. She's a mother. She's with her family. She's now in Guadalajara. She's been evacuated from the smaller town on the water to Guadalajara. And she's with her family. They have surfboards, life jackets, and as she said, I think she said skateboard helmets for her children in case floodwaters move in. So what I'm going to be doing here, in case you're wondering, I'm hoping this is working okay because I only recently live streamed on YouTube just a few days ago for the first time. So this is my second live stream. So at the moment I'm sharing my desktop and I'm using an app called Reflector to share my iPad directly onto my monitor so I can show you what I'm seeing live on my iPad. So we'll jump around to some other Periscopes and maybe check out some Twitter coverage as well and bounce around a little bit here in a moment. But first, it's nice that some of you have been able to find me. I'm not sure how that happened, but thank you for finding me because I haven't tweeted this and I don't know that any sort of an alert went out on social media, but you have found me somehow, so thanks for coming in. Cheryl Woodcock has done probably, I'm thinking, 4 or 5 scopes in the last hour, so I'm sure it seems very likely that we'll be hearing from her again on Periscope. And what's really impressive is she says she just began using Periscope tonight because of the hurricane, so that she can share with friends back in the Los Angeles area. And she's doing an excellent job. She's very articulate, very well spoken, and she's getting some good information, it sounds like, and she's being, I think, very responsible in the way she's presenting it, couching it, appropriately when necessary. So I'm going to compose a tweet right now on my iPhone while you're viewing this on my iPad, so I can help get the word out that I'm doing this for those folks who might be interested. Oh, you're in Guadalajara. Dominique Escuadero.
Aquí va a terminar el huracán.
You found me on YouTube. Share with us, Dominique. Feel free, if you would like, to tell us what you're seeing in your area.
Desde ayer está chispeando y cada vez más fuerte la lluvia, cada vez más fuerte, pero no aumenta tanto. Llueve en pedazos y llueve como por zonas. Ahorita está tupido, pero no está fuerte y no es sino tanto aire, no cae el agua tan pesada. A ver si alcanzan a ver ahí más o menos con el reflejo de la luz.
Cold and wind. Mi español es no bueno, pero si hoy Dominique dice esta fuerte como dicen.
Igual pueden seguirme porque voy a estar subiendo transmisiones.
Just a second, I'll check out some other periscopes here just shortly. This one has just ended. So we'll just go to map view. And we'll go towards Mexico again. This is Marco Garcia.
Aquí viene mi tío el Chapo por mí y chingue su madre, viene y nos vamos, ahorita no hay pedo. Así que no, por mí no hay problema.
El arreglo chapas, pendejo.
Así.
Pero todo bien, para... ¿Qué les dices a las personas que tienen familiares aquí en Guerrero? En Guerrero.
Bueno, en Guerrero.
Porque estamos al sur de Guerrero, o sea, digo, al norte de Guerrero.
Bueno, Guerrero
es lo más peligroso del huracán. Sí. Entonces, ¿qué les dices a las
it was
personas?
very
No se
windy.
preocupen, todo está bajo control. Sí hay deslaves, hay desbordamientos de ríos. Hay de todo.
Seems to be a
Pero-
delay on my iPad
pero
on this
mientras
reflector
tanto,
app. I'm
ahorita
watching this
todas
Periscope right now on
las
the
personas, toda la
iPad,
gente tiene
and
sus
the app that's
precauciones
bringing it to my
ya
monitor
tomadas.
to share with you seems
Entonces,
to be experiencing a
vaya,
delay, so
gracias a la
I might
Protección
have
Civil del
tried to
Estado de
reestablish that
Guerrero.
connection in just a moment. We'll give it a few more seconds.
Mírate, papá, ahí tenemos al pinche
Puro
gober
cáncer.
precioso, el presidente chulo, guapo, que sirve para pura chingada el amigo, pero bueno, ahí está.
No,
Por lo menos está guapo.
Se está rifando EPN. Guácala.
EPN.
Ese no hizo nada, pero bueno.
Pero bueno, ya, ahí está mi novio, porque es mi novio, nada más que él no sabe.
Que sí, puñetas, y cuando estén pidiendo ayuda estarán llorando.
Sí.
Pues estaremos llorando, pero pues igual tú nos ayudas, mi hermano. 2, 3 latas de atún. Ah, no es cierto, güey. Yo como langosta todos los
De
días.
hecho, ahorita mando a pedir.
Okay, you should be seeing this Periscope very soon. Here we go.
Y me traen ahorita lo que ocupe para cenar.
These folks are
Una
inside. I don't
pinche
speak very good
pizza,
Spanish, so
algo, no
I'll
sé,
leave it here for a
pero
moment. But they
de
are, I
hambre no
believe, in
nos morimos.
Guadalajara.
Sí, no, pero ¿qué último consejo? Bueno, no, ¿qué último pensamiento le das a las personas?
Pues yo digo que la verdad, vamos, Patricia, la verdad, Patricia, te agradezco que hayas llegado a Cihuatanejo,
Pero ya vete.
ya que hay mucho alcohol, casi nadie ha salido hoy y es viernes en la noche, no mames.
Sí, a lo mejor.
Pero sí que no chinguen porque pues también las viejas no quieren salir. Entonces está cabrón, ese como que medio... Bueno, ¿y este qué? Oye,
Parece a voz de Chespirito.
¿qué onda con
¿Qué se dice?
con el de limpieza, güey? ¿Qué onda? Yo no lo contraté hoy, güey.
Ya llegó la señora.
De hecho, le di el día.
Oiga, señora, va a llegar más agua. Más agua. Está diluviando.
Es que
está
no me
diluviando.
cabrón. No, pero no me chingas así.
Oye,
menos.
pero ponte zapatos, gato.
Dale, güey.
He's got cocaine. Nobody.
No me chinguen.
Tequila shots all around. Hurricane party. Yeah, baby. Que nos tomemos unos alcoholes. ¿Cómo ves? Saludcita, compadre.
Yo creo que le vamos a dar alcoholito. ¿Qué te parece?
Pero mi compadre y yo sí.
No, bueno, ¿y yo qué, güey? Ya se chingó mi trago este cabrón, está más bien, güey. Tú chingatelo.
Sí, pero sí, ustedes traen.
And for those of you joining from Twitter, you're watching live Periscope coverage. Tonight from Mexico, we're going from scope to scope. These folks are actually inside and feeling as if they've the worst is past. Of course, you don't know that for a fact, I don't think, with a hurricane. I don't know where the eye of the storm is in relationship to these folks. We'll keep it here for a few more moments, and then we'll go check out, let's see if we can find some other scopes from Mexico.
Ya no son cerros, es agua.
¿Y dónde vivimos, mi hermano?
Nosotros vivimos acá de este lado en la
Ahí, huevo.
¿Aquí donde está seco?
Ahí estamos cubiertos.
¿Dónde está seco?
Ahí.
Aquí, güey. Aquí.
There,
ahí estamos.
there will
De
live.
hecho,
So,
hola.
nobody,
Si ves, si nos ven.
no rain is gonna mess our party.
Cabrón, espérate, güey.
Es que...
Yo con
sí,
trabajo hablo español, güey. Si tú me sales con tu martillo, no me
él
chingues.
solo sabe hablar español.
Pero bueno, como vemos aquí todo está bien. Adelante, Joaquín. Ah, no.
Adelante, Joaquín.
All right, so we'll jump around. We'll check out some other scopes. We may come back to these folks, but let's see if we can find something showing us the weather outside once again.
Oye, ¿por qué?
So once again, I'm sharing with you what I'm seeing live on Periscope. And we'll go back, and my app just crashed on Periscope, so I just reopened it. We'll go back to the map view and zoom in on Mexico, where there are several periscopes going on right now, from Guadalajara to Acapulco and other nearby points. Very much hoping that Cheryl Woodcock comes back on. She's been doing some excellent periscoping. First night on Periscope ever. She got the app, and she's periscoping and just familiarizing herself with the app. But her reporting has been excellent from Mexico. She's from the Los Angeles area, but in Mexico with her family right now. Shared that they were evacuated from their coastal community to Guadalajara. She's showing the leaking in the roof of the building where she's staying. She says she's got surfboards, life jackets, and even some skateboard helmets for the kids in case there's going to be some severe flooding that means that they have to swim for it, so to speak. All right, so now looking at the app, I'm checking out one community here. No, actually, Puerto Vallarta. Let's see if we can find something that, let's see what we get here on I Palomino. This is Puerto Vallarta in Jalisco, Mexico. Should be coming up shortly.
Muy bien, aquí desde México, no pasó nada con Patricia en Puerto Vallarta. En las demás zonas, en Acatita, la mayoría de los creo que en alguna parte sí meses. En Puerto Vallarta no pasó nada.
Okay, let's view. Cheryl Woodcock is back. So we'll bring up Cheryl Woodcock. This woman is doing an excellent job. Let's listen in.
Safe and sound inside.
Hey, Raphael, thanks for joining.
Ella, come here, baby. Come. Ella, come. Jane. So as you can see, there is no let up on the rain. No let up at all. There's a gecko running around. The geckos are going crazy. These are my precious dogs. They are safe. Hello from San Diego. Thank you so much. And just wanted to give you guys one more little update, and that is the wind has died down. You see that? You see the palm trees? The wind has died down.
We seem to have lost her audio at the moment as it tries to reconnect. Hopefully we'll have Cheryl's feedback here shortly. So it's obviously trying to reconnect. If those of you familiar with Periscope, it's not uncommon to have this issue. It's oftentimes related to the bandwidth or Wi-Fi connection, but even the app itself seems to have this regardless of whether or not you have a strong connection at times. This woman, Cheryl Woodcock, has only been periscoping for the first time earlier tonight. So hopefully we'll have her audio back soon. It seems like the video has frozen, but we're still seeing the hearts and comments. I'll be quiet for a moment so you can continue to read the information. And I've got to take a phone call. Just a moment. Hello? We're live right now. We're live? We are live right now. I hope we get our volume back soon. Oh, you're most welcome. Well, right, at least right now we're getting the comments. I'm really hoping, you know, what I'll do is I'll leave Cheryl's stream and I'll try and get back in. Okay, you guys? Let's see if we can get back in. And those of you who are just tuning in, thank you very much. This is kind of down and dirty, sleeves rolled up, kind of an approach to share some of this information for those who may not be able to access Periscope or the internet. This has just ended. Let's see if we can replay Cheryl's. We'll give it a couple of minutes, actually, because it's probably uploading the video on her end. Cheryl Woodcock, she's from the U.S. I had never heard of her until a bit earlier this evening. And she's with her family in Mexico, and she got on this app called Periscope. Okay, those of us who are familiar with it, we've been using it for some time, but for her it was a brand new experience. She said, I better check out this Periscope thing. Maybe I can share what's happening here with friends and family back home. I think she said she's from the Los Angeles area, and so she shared that she and her family were on the coast in Mexico. Their area was evacuated. She's now in Puerto Vallarta, I believe. Yes, Puerto Vallarta. She said that she was showing the leaky roofs, and she was giving some good information for those of us who aren't familiar with the area, talking about people who have concrete homes versus other types of homes and less stable roofs. And her heart goes out to those folks at a moment such as this with this storm, this megastorm, unlike any hurricane apparently in known history, passing through that area right now. She shared that her family has surfboards, life jackets, even skateboard helmets for the kids. So let's see if I can rebroadcast her most recent one. But first of all, before I do so, for those of you with the Periscope app, or if you care to download it, you can check out her prior scopes, her very first ones ever, actually, all this evening at Cheryl Woodcock 11. You can see it there on the screen just below the map, right under her name, at Cheryl Woodcock 11. So she's been doing a very good job, I think, of reporting in a responsible and articulate way. It's really cool to see this app make that kind of opportunity available for, you know, the everyday folks and the sharing of this information. So let me lost my screen there for a moment. We'll rebroadcast her most recent broadcast. She seemed pretty low-key in this one.
That's all safe and sound inside.
Actually, just responding to a comment here, you should be able to see her scopes tonight on, if you have Google Chrome, for example. I know it works well with Periscope on a PC or a desktop, say a MacBook Pro laptop. You should be able to find her, I would think, at periscope.tv /Cheryl Woodcock 11. So you should see her earlier scopes. So it would be periscope.tv. In fact, I can do a quick check here.
Thank you so much. And just wanted to give you guys one more little update, and that is the wind has died down. You see that? You see the palm trees? The wind has died.
Okay, very good. So it abruptly ended there, but let's see. Okay, don't want to see that, so we'll dismiss that. So what I've done, let me just open up this full for you. If you have, I know it works in Google Chrome. I doubt it works in Internet Explorer. It may work in Firefox. But if you put in periscope.tv, so periscope.tv / and you can do this with any user on Periscope. You would just put in their username. In this case, it's Cheryl Woodcock 11. And that's all you would need. This other stuff was generated after we went to the link. You will get that user, in this case, Cheryl Woodcock's page, and you will see her streams from the past 24 hours. So she just started doing this evening, starting 3 hours ago, and it was so new to her, she didn't even know about entering a title. So you can see these are all untitled, but she's been reporting from Puerto Vallarta from throughout the evening. You can go back and watch these. So like if I click play here, and her oldest one.
That's what we did.
This is the mayor, the former mayor of Park City, talking to his peeps.
Talking to my
back
brother,
in
telling him I'm alive.
Back in Utah. And here we are. This is what we've got now.
Anyway,
The gate is locked. Where's the guard to open the gate?
well, I got your message from the call you back.
Heavy rains, heavy rains.
Yeah, we're okay. I mean,
Okay, but that abruptly ended. I don't know why. Maybe she just did a really short scope on that first one. So there you go, Cheryl Woodcock 11. Remove the spaces. Yes, right. So I should be able to copy and paste it in there myself. That's an excellent idea. So why didn't I just do that? Thanks for the help there in the chat section, you guys. I really appreciate it. Here, I can just do it this way. Just put the whole URL right up to the end. Thank you for that. That was a no-brainer, and I didn't catch it. So here we go. There you go. So that should take you to her page. And it looks like her first scope earlier this evening just went real short. But I caught her probably her fourth to last one, like maybe an hour ago. And she was talking about the storm hitting different areas, specific locations. And she was talking about what the most intense area, for example, was where the singer Seal and Heidi Klum have a home. Let me bring up my iPad again. I think I don't want to lose that connection. And we'll see if we can get on to another scope. Yeah, you can do that. And pretty soon, it's my understanding that Periscope, with its rebroadcast, will have the ability to, click ahead, fast forward, for lack of a better term, much like you can do on catch.me with your saved Periscopes. So let's go into the map feature on Periscope. And I'll find what I can on in Mexico regarding this storm once again. I'm going to probably bounce around a little bit. This is going to be a little bit hit and miss.
Nadie me reta. Soy libre de hacer lo que quiero.
Okay, this is just a dark room with people whispering. So.
Si tienen algunas consultas, yo puedo responder al instante.
There's going to be a bit of a lag here before you see it on your end. You're seeing a dark screen right now. Hopefully this feed will pop up shortly. I'm not finding this one very compelling, so I think what I'm going to do is go to another one. Let's check out, this is Regina Romero in Puerto Vallarta. And it's trying to connect right now. We should have this shortly. I have not yet heard any reports on how bad it was yet. I think it's still unfolding. And I don't know for a fact, but the way Cheryl Woodcock was speaking earlier in one of her scopes, the storm is expected to maintain a lot of intensity going over mountains that would normally carve it up and weaken it tremendously. But there might even be some sort of kind of a circling back effect. I don't know that to be true. As I recall, she was saying something of that nature. Waiting for this scope to connect right now with Regina Romero. This one seems to be very slow in connecting. I'll give it about 10 more seconds and then we'll try another one. So it landed. This report is from 4 hours ago, and it's already saying then it had landed. So it's been several hours now since it landed. Making landfall as a Category 5 storm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and join another Periscope because that one was not connecting, unfortunately. Or let's try it one more time. We'll just give it a few. Okay, we'll try another one. While that's playing.
And while most people run away from a hurricane, some people head right towards it and even into it. Captain Chase Allen of the Air Force's 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron flew his plane directly through Hurricane Patricia. And why did he do that? Captain Chase Allen goes on the record to tell us, sir, why did you go into the hurricane and what did you learn?
Well, we're going in the hurricane to get real-time data to help increase the forecast model for NHC. And that's the best way we can get that real-time data is by actually flying into the storm and getting to the eye and dropping those weather instruments that are getting all the information necessary.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned that this was the strongest storm that I've been in, so it definitely, taught me to respect Mother Nature a little more and just how to work with a crew a lot better. When you're dealing with something like that, you have to rely on everybody in the plane, and you need to make sure you're dealing with the task at hand and make sure that everyone's on the same page at the right time all the time.
What kind of ride is it into that hurricane?
Well, this one specifically was a real bumpy one. Obviously, being a Cat 5 with the winds where they were, it was in the process of building, like you said, rapidly. So rapid development creates a lot of turbulence, as well as the fact that it was by land. So then you're getting mechanical turbulence from that end as well.
And Gary, any idea the sort of size of it? Our meteorologist Rick Reichmuth said that this was a rather small one, but I suppose it didn't feel particularly small to you up there.
Not really. The eye was actually only 7 nautical miles in diameter, which is pretty small for most eyes. Generally, eyes are around 30 miles in diameter. So yeah, everything came kind of quick. So once we got through the eye wall, and we were able to fix the center of the storm to get that weather instrument dropped. We were out the other side of the other eye wall, and everything was happening real quick, so we really had to be on point with this one.
Captain, thank you. And of course, the breaking news that Hurricane Patricia has just made landfall. She's a Category 5+ at over 200 miles per hour. And on the record, we'll continue to monitor.
All right, you guys, and we'll go back to Periscope now. No audio. I was having problems with Periscope there for just a moment. We're not getting any audio from Periscope. But you might be interested in the comments if you read Spanish. And this is from at Casa Pro Phoenix, as you can see there. Just beneath Casa Phoenix. Once again, I apologize, no audio coming from Periscope on this broadcast. Obviously, it looks like we're looking at some downed wires there. I can swipe to the left, and we can hide the comments just briefly here, so we can get a better look at the picture. Hang on. It's not letting me hide them. Here we go. A link to this Periscope right here. Let me get the link. Just a moment, and we'll do that.
Mucha agua. Saludos y bendiciones desde Tampico. Saludos hasta Tampico. God bless Mexico. Thank you
I'm
very
getting
much.
the audio
Qué bueno
here
que está
too,
todo
so
como
hang on.
está. Muchísimas gracias. Amén. Saludos desde Perú. Que Dios los guarde. Muchísimas gracias. Chapo está en el ojo de Patricia. Acaba de salir del agujero. Probablemente es un alien. Qué bendición. Bien fumado. Me siento tranquilo. Dicen que aún falta para
You're most welcome.
que esta historia se acabe, pero sí, que nuestro Señor Jesús bendiga a México. Muchísimas gracias. Hicieron más show que en el caso
So I'll
de Larry
leave that one up
Hernández.
on the browser while I look for
Era
another
algo
one
grave.
on my
Stay safe
tablet.
from Temecula. Thank you very much. Ese huracán es
You're
el
most
más fuerte de
welcome.
toda la historia, en teoría. Dios los bendiga. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias por los corazones. Fuerza México. Que la Virgen me los guarde. Muchísimas gracias. Alabado sea Dios. Amén. Ya nada más hace falta llorar. Tal vez ya lo hice. The Hurricane Patricia that still hasn't arrived to Guadalajara. Donald Trump said prayer for you all. Thank you. Vendo terreno de manzanillas. Comerciales. Can you tell us how are things in English? Yeah, everything is pretty calm. I mean, until now it has been a great, something like a great, nothing has really happened, at least in Guadalajara, Mexico. Some places nearby were hit by the hurricane, but it wasn't as big as it was supposed to be. What is this? How long before Patricia gets there? Patricia's supposed to arrive here something like 4 o'clock, so it's something like 5 hours. Thank you, glad you're safe. Thank you very much. ¿Conoces de la palabra de Dios? Me atrevo a decir que sí, pero no soy alguien que lo haya estudiado. Saludos desde Argentina, qué bueno que no ha sido tan heavy. Afortunadamente no ha sido tan heavy. ¿No les ha afectado las redes eléctricas? Sí, todas
The
las
audio
redes
you're hearing is from the
afectadas, pero por
Periscope on the
México,
right.
muchísimas gracias.
These are two
¿Eres de
separate
Tonalá?
Periscope
No.
broadcasts right now.
Que Dios bendiga a los jalapeños. Muchísimas gracias. Le va a partir el... qué asco. Dios y la Virgen los están cuidando. Muchísimas gracias. Press from Oklahoma. Thank you very much. Saludos de Brasil. Muchísimas gracias. ¿Cómo estás? Todo muy bien, todo muy bien, todo muy bien, todo... ¿Qué les digo? Ojalá y tuviéramos un poco más de luz de este lado. Se nos cayó toda la luz, habla por la zona de Guadalajara, en la costa se ha pegado. Exactamente, es lo que estoy diciendo. Aquí en Guadalajara no nos ha pegado.
That's what I heard,
por eso
where
lo estoy
he's at.
mencionando. Ha sido una
I wonder if he's
continua desde
thinking
las
of the
8 de la
back end of the
mañana.
eye. Usually the back end of the eye, isn't that what has the most intensity?
Más exacerbado. Se fue la luz. La CFE, a manera de prevención, está cortando la luz
Guadalajara.
en varias zonas. Me ha dado gana de un taco de oreja. Cénatelo. Está cortando la luz en ciertas zonas, a manera preventiva, por si hay cortos o algo. Quiero decir que ahora sí va a haber muchas tortas ahogadas. Ese chiste fue bueno. Es una de las veces, ya se tranquilizó el huracán, en teoría no ha llegado. Es la primera vez en los 31 años que llevo de vida, seguramente ha habido más veces, pero es como la vez que más, ¿qué categoría va a ser? Aquí se supone que nos va a aterrizar en 3, 4. Es la primera vez que veo que el Estado y que la República, ¿dónde está Patricia ahora mismo? En teoría sigue por ahí de Colima. ¿Qué parte estás? Muy cerca de la Minerva, Guadalajara, Jalisco. He visto una movilización muy intensa, muy interesante, y es la primera vez que veo que las cosas funcionan bien. Bueno, este scope es nada más para decir, estamos bien, estamos aquí, y yo voy a seguir haciendo este tipo de transmisiones para decirles qué está pasando, al menos aquí en Guadalajara. Órale, güey, que esa chingada de huracán se deshaga para proteger las cervezas de Corona. ¿Cómo va la cosa? Tranquila, gracias a Dios. It's supposed to be worse in your area. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty bad, but it hasn't happened. Dios los bendiga, muchísimas gracias. Yo voy a cortar aquí la transmisión. I'm gonna end the transmission right now, but I'm gonna continue in the night to be doing this, scoping this, so we're okay. At least in Guadalajara, México, we're okay. Al menos aquí en Guadalajara, México, estamos bien. Voy a continuar haciendo este tipo de transmisiones, pero...
He's saying this is the first time he has seen such good mobilization of people to safe areas. That's wonderful.
Estamos bien.
They're cutting the electricity in certain zones as a preventative measure. Excellent. Thank you, Nightbird. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay, so let's bounce around a bit more, see if we can find something else here. Sometimes Periscope will list something off the top as especially worth watching. You'd think something out of Mexico might very well be on that list tonight, but I'm not seeing it up high. And sometimes it's a sponsored scope. Okay. Oh, you're most welcome. You're most welcome, Nightbird. Here, let's zoom in a little bit more. I wish my Spanish was better. Where is the repartan? All well. Nightbird, you can probably help me out. All right, we'll take a look here. Unfortunately, we're not getting audio from these scopes anymore, but I can go ahead and get it off the browser. It probably had something to do when I initiated sound in Austin. Winds blowing. Yeah, you know, that's interesting, that comment. Someone else was telling me in Texas they're expecting definitely some weather from this storm. So I'll throw this up on the browser as well. Just a second. We will hang on.
Sí, todo bien por aquí. Saludos desde Colombia. Saludos. Y vergotitas con
vergotitas se da Chávez.
Y pasó el huracán.
These guys sound like they're having
No llegó el
fun.
huracán.
This is
Ya
your
les
first
dije,
experience
estamos
with
rodeados de
Periscope, so this is all new
montañas
for you. Oh, very interesting.
Y esas cosas parten los vientos. No llega.
This is the URL for this stream. I'm not sure how serious these guys are taking it, but it's a
En el
live look
agua,
anyway.
Es que en California ya no hay agua, güey. Se la están acabando.
Pinches californianos.
Ni se han de bañar, ¿verdad?
Espérense, ese arbolito, cómo se mueve la ropa de los vecinos.
Ese güey no sabe dónde vive.
Saludos desde Chihuahua, saludos a Chihuahua.
Saludos a Nueva York.
Huracán Ramírez, así
Pues,
es. Tú sí sabes.
Chido los agrego. Arre.
Que están contentos.
Hicieron más pedo de lo que era, exactamente. Bueno, sí fue mucho, pero fue en la costa donde hay mar. Mira, pinche viento ya.
Verga, vámonos adentro.
Mira, pon ese árbol porque es como se mueve.
¿Cuál árbol? Es que no se ve, güey. No se ve. ¿Qué saben del Chapo? Está en su túnel escondido. Sí, fue puro pedo, no fue nada. Aquí no fue nada grave.
Aquí en Guadalajara no fue nada. En la costa, no vivimos en la costa. En la costa está Puerto Vallarta y más playas.
Está a 4 horas de aquí. Y así es que no está nada fuerte. Pues sí.
Pues sí, es un gran huracán.
Here's some wind. Yeah, these guys are mainly joking and cursing with each other. I'll do my best, buddy.
No sé si se alcanza a escuchar cómo chilla. Sí, mucho. Te digo que lo único que se ve es como el viento, que ya ahorita el cielo sí está súper cerrado. El viento está muy fuerte y chilla.
acerca del fenómeno. Puerto Vallarta ya quedó retirado. El huracán se encuentra a 75 kilómetros hacia el oeste de Puerto Vallarta, o se encontraba por lo menos hace una hora a esa distancia. Dice por acá Edgar, retirado, el huracán se encuentra a 75 kilómetros al suroeste de Puerto Vallarta, o se encontraba por lo menos hace una hora a esa distancia. Dice por acá Edgar, señor, usted puede desconectarse en el momento que usted guste de estas cuestiones. Digo, nadie le obliga a estar conectado en esta transmisión. Digo, la verdad es que no vivo en zona de riesgo, por lo tanto no fuimos evacuados. Windy, no, not windy, just raining. Actually, I had the confirmation that the activities in the International Airport of Puerto Vallarta will be normalized tomorrow morning, y la lluvia no se vería absolutamente nada, no está pasando absolutamente nada, siendo que son los remanentes que viene dejando el huracán Patricia, que en este momento ya ha pasado a las cruzamos de allá, todo está tranquilo, todo está normal. Quita el chat para no perder la conexión, dicen por acá. Saludos y mucho cuidado, muchas gracias. Sí. Si quito el chat, va a ser imposible que nos podamos conectar. Exactamente, estoy en vivo, gracias Vince Ornelas. Es que si quito el chat no vamos a poder interactuar, no voy a poder responder algunas de las preguntas. Gracias a la gente desde Ohio, muchísimas gracias. La cola del huracán todavía viene. Todavía no pasa. Voy a desconectar brevemente el chat para poder platicar. Exactamente. Sí, es que no es mi conexión, porque mi conexión está bien. Yo sigo leyendo los saludos. Saludos desde Celaya. En Guanajuato se esperan lluvias. ¿Cómo están por allá? Porque tengo entendido que habrá lluvia en León, habrá lluvia en Guanajuato, en Guadalajara. De Puerto Rico, nomás platícanos ahorita de las preguntas. Bueno, lo que pasa es que pues no es finalmente la intención también de comunicar esta parte es para resolver algunas dudas, algunas cuestiones. Insisto, la situación en Puerto Vallarta es estable. La situación en Puerto Vallarta pasó el peligro, no pasa absolutamente nada, solamente lluvia. Hay precaución sobre la lluvia que está cayendo en este momento y que estará cayendo a lo largo de la noche por el remanente, es decir, lo que se conoce como la cola. Precaución sobre la lluvia que está cayendo en este momento y que estará cayendo a lo largo de la noche por el remanente, es decir, lo que se conoce como la cola. La del huracán, que sigue su transcurso.
Okay, this woman's most recent Periscope, I think, has it uploaded? Let's see. This was one from 3 hours ago. She had one that ended just 3 minutes ago. So it must still be uploading here. Let's see if we can. Let's refresh, see if it's available yet. Not yet available. We'll start by playing the one from 3 hours ago. Then in just a moment, we'll refresh and try the one from 3 hours, or from now 4 minutes ago.
La fuerza del mar se movieron de tan fuerte que estaba haciendo el oleaje y los vientos. Este no está extendido un poco el viento, sin embargo ya son como 24 horas que no ha parado de llover, y uno de los grandes riesgos aquí más que el viento es la lluvia, porque dicen que pues con 48 horas que llueva ya es casi como si hubiera llovido un año, con que llueva ya 2 horas empieza a provocar inundaciones. Por eso desde temprana hora la marina...
Can you guys hear that okay? It sounds very distant.
emergencia y estaban muy preocupados y incluso fueron de las colonias que fueron evacuadas a los refugios que se encuentran a los alrededores. Es así como Manzanillo sí se ha visto afectado, sí hemos visto un panorama de árboles caídos, de techos que se volaron, techos ligeros, y bueno, también falta hacer todo el recorrido una vez que esto termine, una vez que amanezca, porque bueno, no ha sido fácil salir por las inundaciones. Hay lugares donde se está inundado hasta un
Okay,
metro
but
de altura.
it's distant, but you can make some of it out. You had to refresh your browser to regain the audio.
Y
Okay.
en estos momentos la lluvia todavía muy fuerte, desde luego.
La lluvia ha descendido. Realmente así sentía que hubo un aguacerote, nunca cayó fuertísimo, pero sí ha sido muy tupida, muy tupida.
Again, this scope is from 3 hours ago. She has one from just 5 minutes ago. We'll refresh and see if we can get that one in just a moment, as it's just probably finishing uploading. Hey, Christian, thank you very much for tuning in, my friend Sassy Photo. Following live Periscope coverage here on YouTube.
Yo soy de aquí de Guadalajara, Jalisco,
Although this
pero
scope was
aquí
3
no
hours
nos pegó.
ago,
Aquí
we're waiting for her
nos
most
está
recent
pegando
one to finish
unas lluvias
uploading.
muy ligeras, pero lo que es en Colima, en Puerto Vallarta, ya les pegó, pero creo que dicen en las noticias que les espera todavía lo que es la cola, que no se confiaran porque pues esto sigue. Entonces, pues más que nada quise pasar la transmisión de TV porque me he tratado de meter directamente a los Periscope que transmiten desde Colima y
You're most
pasan
welcome.
videos muy tranquilos. Y yo tengo una pariente mía desde allá que me está diciendo que sí les pegó, o sea, sí estuvo fuerte. Entonces, por eso más que nada quise hacerlo.
I see. I hope your friend is okay.
Hay más de 50 refugios con víveres y todo lo necesario para aguantar el paso del huracán.
Fue en Colima.
Okay, again, this is from 3 hours ago. Let's see if we can get Claudia or at Ranilda's most recent one. It should be dark here if we refresh and be available. Oh, in fact, this says live. You're welcome. Yes, it's the back end of the eye that usually delivers the most force.
Fernanda, muchísimas gracias. También insisto, gran cobertura. También Fernanda desde muy temprano estuvo informando. Y este tema de viento es lo que le comentaba. Ya no por el hecho de que se haya degradado el huracán a categoría 4.
Hola a todos. El saldo que han comentado las noticias es saldo blanco. Afortunadamente no ha habido muertos. Todo ha estado tranquilo, ha estado bien.
¿Cuáles son las consecuencias de aquí en Guadalajara? Bueno, pues desde muy temprano hoy el patronato de las fiestas de octubre dio a conocer que debido precisamente a
Esas imágenes son de aquí de Guadalajara, porque suspendieron ahora sí que labores en muchos negocios.
de octubre se suspende el palenque, por lo tanto puede haber reembolsos para aquellos que habían comprado boletos para los eventos. Hay que estar pendientes de la información que vaya fluyendo en los próximos días. Se suspenden indefinidamente las fiestas de octubre. También de igual manera la Federación suspender el partido de fútbol, el clásico tapatío entre el Atlas y las Chivas de Guadalajara a disputarse.
La cantidad de agua aquí en Guadalajara es moderada porque ha habido lluvias no muy fuertes, pero dicen que sí, que van a continuar las lluvias, aunque ya haya bajado, pero dicen que comentan que va a seguir lloviendo. Ay, bueno, eso es
Thank you
un
very much
clásico
for
de
that,
fútbol
very much, Nightbird. That's Sassy Photo,
muy típico aquí de
Christian.
Guadalajara,
Thank you
Jalisco.
for your messages. I just listened to
Están
that.
suspendiendo ahora sí que todo eso, lo que son partidos, que son eventos en ferias, como la feria aquí de Fiestas de Octubre, es muy típico aquí en Guadalajara. También están cerrando todo eso.
El huracán, hasta el último corte informativo, se mantiene en categoría 5, o sea, los ríos hace la
La carrera azteca estaba programada para este domingo. También ha sido suspendida. Nuevo aviso se va a poner la nueva fecha. Es importante. porque gracias por usted nos acompaña en este importante. Les recuerdo que esta suspensión fue para garantizar sobre todo la seguridad de los asistentes, tanto de los corredores como de las personas que les acompañan. Suspendida hasta nuevo aviso la carrera.
Son eventos que están suspendiendo aquí en Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Debido también al mal tiempo.
Donde comentan que en Vallarta no les pegó.
Just a moment. It's with a K, that's why. Not a C. I'll share this link too in case it's of interest. Sorry I didn't do the last one or two.
Tanto, no sé si se sintió más en Manzanillo, pero aquí no estuvo tan grueso. Tranquilón, no pasó mayores, gracias a Dios. Pues sí estábamos nerviosos en mi casa, pero aquí ya se tranquilizó el asunto. Hay ramas, hay que ver una rama, o sea, no pasó mayores.
I'm sorry, I messed something up there.
De hecho, ahí hay un otro con sacos de arena, pero no. Nos están diciendo que no salgamos a las calles, pero la verdad es que ya está todo demasiado tranquilo, o sea, no está tan peligroso.
So far, people have been. I've only seen a sample, a very small sample of comments, and there have been comments that, somebody, Niper translated for us earlier that someone scoping from Mexico tonight said they were very impressed by how well organized the evacuations were organized and executed this evening. A woman who is in the area, she's from Los Angeles, she scoped that her area along the beach was evacuated, and that everybody was told to get out of the area. She went to, is it Guadalajara?
Hay una persecución.
I'm trying to remember now. But anyhow, she's been doing some excellent scoping. I hope to see her again. Her last name is Woodcock.
Este es el río. Señala que sí hubo mucha agua.
Wow. Look at that.
Muchísima agua la que lleva. Y ahí es más no. Bueno, ahí es más, todo tranquilo. Nada de viento. Sí, es todo lo que lleva, todo el agua que lleva el río, lleva muchísimo.
My apologies for all the rearranging.
Está seguro y como que acaba de llegar alguien aquí a atención porque iba muy rápido. Sí, esa Pati puro verbo la Patricia, pero qué bueno, estuvo todo tranquilo. No, el ojo del huracán no pasó por aquí. El ojo del huracán, el ojo del huracán pasó un ladito, pero no pasó por aquí, realmente. A mí se me hace que nos quisieron desviar la atención porque van a aparecer los 43. Mucho ojo. El huracán va creo que va por Jalisco, va saliendo de Jalisco. Sí, ya. Dios nos guardó. Hay unos espectaculares que se cayeron, pero creo que fue más allá para la costa. Aquí realmente no pasó mucho. No pasó mucho, pero así es. Vivos los queremos a los que regresen. También a todas las mujeres de Juárez que desaparecieron. Pero bueno, no hay mucho que ver ya en la ciudad, está ahí. Si mañana me puedo dar una vuelta a Manzanillo, ahí les transmito para que vean a ver cómo está por allá. ¿Sale? Tengan buena noche. Descansen. Bye bye.
All right, let me just do a quick little search here real quick, and we'll see if anything compelling with a large audience anyway comes up, and if so, we'll go to it. If not, perhaps I'll wrap it up for the time being. It's not always a scope with a big number that's necessarily the best, but it can be an indication. Oh, you can't hear me anymore. I'm hoping you hear me better now. Let's see, I will type. Okay. He's speaking right now. If you can't hear anything, you might want to try refreshing. Ah, very good. Thanks for sharing the tip there. Thanks, Jesse. Great tip. I know you could hear this, but just in case someone can't hear and they can only read or they have no audio available to them, we'll put that up. All right. Well, guys, I tell you what, I just lost my connection to my Periscope app on my iPad, which I'm using basically as my search tool right now, but I probably should get going for the moment anyway. If I find something that's super compelling while I'm off doing something else I need to be doing tonight, I might just very well come back and do more of this. This is only my second time on here doing live streaming on YouTube. The first time was just a few days ago as a test and an experiment. So let me just bring up the webcam and say thank you. And there we go. Will be coming up just shortly. And I'll come down to check out your comments to make sure I'm not missing anything. You're most welcome for the update. Then you guys were talking about some of the audio issues. Well, fantastic. Okay, well, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate your watching, and I will be doing more of this from time to time, not simply to do about this major storm, which certainly is quite newsworthy, but about any other newsworthy events. This is a kind of a neat way to share and help get the word out, especially if people don't have communication to that particular area for whatever reason. And if you have any ideas that you would like to shoot my way for ways that you think that this live streaming on YouTube might be fun or interesting to approach, I'm all ears. Feel free to shoot me a message. I'm at Beyond 90 Seconds, as you can tell, here on YouTube. So thanks, everybody. I really appreciate your watching, and stay safe. I hope that your friends and loved ones are all safe if they're in Mexico tonight or anywhere. But once again, thanks a lot for checking out this live stream and the sharing of these Periscope broadcasts. Take care, everybody. I appreciate it.